is the Chrissie Swan Show.
Here we are, Jack and me, Chrissie Swan.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us. I've got some good news for you, and that is a news flash just came up on my phone. The Instagram face is dead.
What's the Instagram face?
Apparently, it's the one that makes you look like a walking filter, you know, with the big lips and the
story
cheekbones.
effect.
Yes. Yeah, so that's dead.
Have Instagram actually removed it?
No.
It's just
people that want to change their appearance according to what is contemporary can go back to their surgeons and get it all taken out now, because apparently the new look is sort of more natural, which you can achieve apparently by putting your hair up very tight, and you know your face sort of follows
look.
the snatched look, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I don't speak for only myself here when I say I learned a very valuable lesson in the late 80s when everyone was plucking their eyebrows into nothing.
You didn't?
I didn't do it.
Oh.
And because I smelled a rat, I thought, hang on.
Wow, good on you.
Everyone's doing this because they're being told to do it. It doesn't affect them. It's really not a decision they're making themselves. And my eyebrows are untouched.
Yeah, they're mint.
And I've also... This is it. This is the face I was born with.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not saying it'll stay like that.
Moustache included.
No. I do wax. Do I need a wax?
No, you don't. That wasn't a dig.
The Chrissie Swan Show. Chrissie's Clickbait.
What's caught my attention today? Well, let's kick things off with Post Malone. I'm such a fan of him, by the way.
Same. He rocks.
Oh, everything he does is awesome. He's currently touring Australia with the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yep.
I was actually offered tickets to that show, and I was more interested in Post Malone than Red Hot Chili Peppers.
If it was a full post tour, a full post concert, I probably would have gone.
Yeah, well, I don't leave the house, so it wouldn't matter who it is. I'm not seeing them, but that's how big of a fan I am. I just really love him. I love what he stands for, love everything he releases, but he's in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. People are concerned about his weight loss. He looks a bit different to how he did a few years ago. And newsflash, bodies change.
Correct.
Bodies change. There is not a human being alive whose body is the same as it was when they were born. Bodies change.
And you know, it must be frustrating to his camp when his dad is commenting on posts saying he's the healthiest he's ever been.
Of course.
Do you know what it is, though? There's this one song, Swanee, and keeps popping up on my TikTok, I Fall Apart, where he does this weird thing on stage where he leans the microphone on the stage onto his lips and talks into it. And whilst he's doing that, it looks as if he's doing calisthenics. So people are like, he's on drugs. It's like, no, that's just his shtick.
He's an artist.
Exactly.
He's performing. And I've got to say, it does look most unusual.
It does.
It looks like something that you see on, Sunday morning at 2 a.m. in a busy nightclub strip. But that's his thing.
That's his vibe.
And bodies change. He's insisting he's not on drugs or sick. All right, so we can all move on. Next up, Prince Harry. So allegedly, he was set to be on Saturday Night Live, SNL.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was in talks with SNL, which is, a legendary TV show, and every episode has a celebrity host.
Yeah. And it's a big honour.
It is a big deal and a big honour to be asked, but talk stalled at the last minute. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I reckon I've heard just about enough about Prince Harry.
Yeah.
I feel like this is not the sort of role that a prince should be taking.
You're so right. And they've they've dipped their fingers in enough pies. You don't need to try and go down the comedy route. Stick to your Netflix docos and your podcast.
Agreed. No, find your lane
and stay in it.
And stay in it. I don't know. It can't be just me that's starting to think that Prince Harry is totally getting on the nose. And I was reading this article, my face was screwed up, and I thought, who is he reminding me of? Oh, I know. Lord Farquaad from Shrek.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, is this not the most perfect kingdom of them all?
Well,
technically, you're not a king.
You were saying?
What I mean is, you're not a king yet.
No, and you will never be a king unless 7,000 people die ahead of you. Oh, and look who's just turned up. It's the gorgeous Charlie Pickering. I'm going to ask him, just between you and me, what is the one question he would ask Harrison from Married at First Sight?
The Chrissy Swan Show.
For all your health and beauty products and advice you can count on, visit Priceline Pharmacy. Priceline has a massive range of brands at great everyday prices. Whatever you're after, you'll find it at Priceline Pharmacy.
Hurry into your nearest Priceline pharmacy or check out priceline.com.au.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Roll out the red carpet. We've got legendary Australian broadcaster Charlie Pickering. Welcome.
Oh, Chrissy, you're too kind. Good afternoon.
My friend and brand new team captain on Would I Lie to You?
We're colleagues. We're like partners in a venture.
Dreams do come true, Charlie.
And do you know what? At no stage during that project have I questioned the relationship.
Me neither.
I haven't had any doubt about it at all.
None.
And by that I mean everything I thought about you going into it just confirmed. Just absolutely confirmed. All the rumours I've heard, all true.
What are the rumours?
Monster. Absolute monster.
Well, I want to talk to you about...
I will say...
Yeah.
Look, we've got heaps to talk about,
Yeah.
but I will say that I thought I knew you. And I don't think I did. And getting to know you was one of my joys of last year. So there you go.
It was a beautiful journey.
What's the
really
biggest
was.
thing? What's the biggest thing you didn't know? I'm interested. The biggest headline.
The biggest headline, and I hope this comes across the right way.
No, please.
You take a genuine interest in everyone you work with, and I notice it, and it's a beautiful thing to see.
Oh, thank you.
And I've worked with a lot of showbiz a-holes, and you are by far the nicest.
That is I want to get that written on a badge, Charlie. Now, we could talk about Would I Lie to You, which starts Monday, but you're a very busy man. The weekly returns.
That's right.
What can we expect this season from you?
Well, it's season 9 of The Weekly. This is my 9th season of doing it, and I think I've got it now. I think I'm going to get it right this season.
Yeah.
No, it's just fun. Like, with the philosophy of the show, and we sort of figured it out as we go along, but the core philosophy is there's too much news in the world. Most of it's grim. So what we do is we watch all the news so that you don't have to. We summarise it into half an hour and we make jokes about all of it. And that's what we do. So you can ignore the news for the week and just watch our show half an hour Wednesday night 8:30 on ABC or iView, and you can get the week and laugh at it.
It's
That's
essentially, I find it to be a public service because I did an interview today for Would I Lie to You, and we went down a rabbit hole, and as I tend to do, and we were talking about the news and how it is grim. And I confess that I haven't turned the news on since the first footage of COVID out of China was happening years ago, because it's just grim, and I saw my kids' faces, fearful, and I thought, I don't want that in my house.
Yes.
And we haven't turned it on again.
So I've got quite a lot to catch you up on. Do you know we have a new Prime Minister?
Charlie Pickering,
Leonardo DiCaprio turns out loves young women. That's what I picked up from the news.
He's in the news, actually.
Yeah.
He's dating a 19-year-old.
Yeah. They must have wonderful conversations.
They must.
Hey, have you ever seen Titanic? I wasn't born.
Now, you have interviewed lots of people. You've been...
I have, that's true.
Yeah, that is true.
Yes.
You've been in the biz for 100 years. Which is, unusual given you're only 25.
Yeah.
I
gave Don Lane his start.
I was talking to someone today, actually, and they said Don Lane quite famously said he doesn't want to, if he's interviewing someone, he doesn't want to meet them in the green room or before the show. He wants to meet them for the first time on air to capture that magic. What do you think about that?
Yeah, look, I think there is some wisdom behind that. Mm-hmm. But I think in my experience, you run the risk of someone coming in cold and it actually starting poorly and not being good. So I don't know. I think it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Although I have met people and I've made such a bad impression in the green room before that the interviews gone really badly.
That's fantastic. Let's do a round of I've Just Got to Ask. I remembered that then. Well, actually, that is a lie. I read
It's
it
in
off a
front of
piece of
you.
paper. Might need to rename that segment. Oh, Jack. All right. If you were to interview Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers, what is the one question without fear or favour that you just got to ask?
How much of an impact did growing up in Maryborough have on the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
What, Maryborough in Queensland or in Victoria?
In Victoria. He was born in Melbourne and he lived here until he was 4 and then moved to America. I guess the other question is, what sock is best to use when covering your junk on stage? That's the other question that he's got a lot of knowledge about.
Oh, fantastic. I hope you get the opportunity to ask these questions.
Hopefully not. It's not a little anklet. It's more like a, basketball
Yeah, well,
tube
he'd say,
sock.
he'd say
of
a
course
footy
he would.
sock,
Yeah,
of course.
footy sock. Maryborough.
you-
The Maryborough Magpie.
You are sitting across from what I can gather, one of your heroes, the great Barack Obama. What is the one question you just got to ask?
Has my support meant a lot to you over the years?
By support, do you mean obsession?
Yeah, deep obsession. Do you know, I had a Barack Obama for President t-shirt in 2004. So 4 years before he was elected. And, I had friends just give me heaps about it.
Really?
And make fun of me. And then election night, 2008, I was like, yeah.
What started your obsession with him?
I saw him speak he gave one speech at the Democratic National Convention in 2004, and I just watched it going, I've seen the first African-American president speak. I rang my wife at the time, I rang her and said, I've just seen the first African-American president speak. And she said, I'm at work, get a job.
That was a very big moment. All right, let's finish this off. You've just got to ask one question to Harrison from this season of Married at First Sight. What is it?
Who are you exactly? That's,
And this is not an existential question. This is a rudimental.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Harrison, what's his claim to fame in maths? See, I don't watch maths. I'm more of a Bachelor person.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're the one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody watched The Bachelor.
Well, I watch it for Osher mainly. I think he's the best host on TV.
I agree.
I think he does the most with the least. That's what I think of Osher. He makes everything a moment. I love him. I love him deeply.
I love him too. And lucky we do love him because he hosts every show on Channel 10.
So what did Harrison do? You got to tell me though, Harrison. What's he?
He's the biggest flog of this season.
Biggest. That's a big claim.
And apparently, according to the experts, I do use that term very loosely, he gets even floggier.
Really?
This season, yes. In
Max
fact, John
flog.
maximum floggage. And John Aitken went so far as to say that he's the biggest flog in Married at First Sight history, which is an unbelievable accolade, as you can imagine.
That is a Hall of Fame, isn't it?
Charlie Pickering, so great to see you. I can't wait for Australia to see your work on Would I Lie to You. You took to that like a duck to water, and it was just a pleasure filming the series with you. It's going to be a hoot. Catch Charlie tonight on The Weekly, 8:30 p.m. on ABC. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much, guys.
You're the best.
The Chrissie Swan Show.
I have a question.
Yeah, shoot.
Teenagers, and in fact children in general,
Who'd
speak. Play a song, Jack. No, they speak a different language.
Yeah.
And more often than not, I can work out kind of what they're saying, but sometimes I've got no idea.
And our friend Sam Pang would argue I probably still speak that language sometimes.
You do sometimes. Like, you introduced me to the word elite.
Yes.
Which is, it's got one meaning, means fancy or whatever, but, there's a certain way to use it that young people use. I was, if you're anything like me, your car is, I call it the mobile living room. I've got everything in there.
Yeah.
Right?
Your boot is wild. The stuff you can fit in your boot, I'm impressed with. What?
When you say wild, what do you mean?
No,
Listen, I'm barely hanging on.
I know, sorry. Continue with your story.
I don't need... Yes, my Logies dress is still in my boot.
From a year ago. Hasn't even been to the dry cleaner.
It's not a year. It was June. And I don't know too many things, but I know that it's not June yet. By the way, 13 24 10, give us a call if your children are using words that you don't understand, because I want to get together a dictionary.
Yep.
I have lots of pairs of headphones. various styles. The ones that plug in, the old ones that used to come with the phone, the wireless ones, all sorts, because I lose stuff and I also don't know when I'm going to be on the road needing a walk.
I get that.
So in the back seat the other day, I was driving my daughter to school and she got the short straw, obviously, because she's in the back seat. And, geez, that's a fight I love every single day between the two kids, who's going to be in the front. Anyway, Kit was in the front, my 11-year-old, 9-year-old in the back, and she spies a pair of headphones.
Okay.
The earbuds that go in and then
AirPods,
attach.
yeah.
No, I don't have AirPods.
Oh.
I don't trust myself with them. These have got the cord on them, right? Anyway, she goes, I just hear her in the back seat, she goes, oh my God. She goes, Mamacita, your earphones are Grot.
A Grot?
A Grot. Grot. And I said, does that mean they're disgusting? And she said, can you get a wipe and wipe your earphones, please? And I said, well, just put them down. They're not your earphones. It's not your car. Just deal with it.
Don't look at them.
Okay? Because, I've got waxy ears and they're shoved in the earphones are waxed in my ears and I'm a busy woman. I'm sorry. But they are not clean and I don't care because it's my ears and my wax, and keep it to yourself. But what I'm thinking is, when did the word grot get coined? Grotty is a word. That's an adjective.
It's a great word.
Right? Oh, your ears are grotty. That makes sense. But your ears are grot.
That's never entered my orbit.
That is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a different use. Obviously, I could understand what it meant, but I've never used it. I've never heard it used like that
grot
before.
The Chrissie Swan Show.
I'm putting together a list of words that don't make any sense to me, but make perfect sense to teenagers and children. Lee, what is yours?
Yeah, hi, Chrissy. How are you?
Hi, Lee. What's your word?
Sure. My daughter's come home with the word slay.
Oh, slay. You've got to use that. Slay all day. Slay all day, Queen.
Surely you knew what slay was, Jeff. Lee, sorry.
I honestly, I didn't know. I didn't know what slay was at all.
You've got to start using it.
You've got to start using it. Can you say, Chrissy, you slay?
Chrissy, you slay.
See? It's easy. It's a great word. I love that word. I think we're too old to use it, but I'll keep on going.
I like you using
You
slay.
like it?
Yeah.
Okay. Beth, what word are we adding after slay?
My kids talk about the gritty. They can't do stuff because they've got to do the gritty.
The gritty?
What's the gritty?
Correct. What is the gritty? It even comes with a dance, so I'm very lucky in that regard. But my 5-year-old now does it, and I still can't work out what. Essentially, they don't want to do what they're being asked to do, and they have to do the gritty.
They have to do the gritty.
I think I have seen that on TikTok, and it's come from a sports star or something.
Okay.
I have
from
no
memory.
clue, but they could stop if they like.
They can stop.
They can stop right there. Jenna, let's finish up with you. Jenna, what word don't you understand?
Sus. My kids say sus all the time.
Sus. So hang on 1 second. Sus. S-U-S-S. Sus.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, use it in context for me, Jenna.
Those people are holding hands. It's sus.
Oh, like suspicious?
Kind of like being sexy. Like if they see someone have a kiss or a cuddle or a holding hands, it's sus.
Oh, okay. So it's not suspicious. It's something else.
It's something else. Yep.
I don't like that. I like using sus, like, hey, that's a bit sus.
Yeah, but you're old.
No, I'm
Jeff.
26. That's young and still cool.
Jeff, what is your word? We're going to finish off with you.
Oh, God, my nephews and nieces won't stop saying this, but it's eatswa.
Eatswa. Use it in context, Jeff.
Oh, that was eatswa, bruh.
What does it mean?
Your nephew's Eshays?
Oh, they're borderline Eshays.
Borderline Eshays. I don't understand eatswa. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it... What is it?
Oh, it's pretty much saying, oh, that's sweet. So good to go, you know.
Oh, it's like, yes, there's sweet in that.
Yeah.
I get it.
Pig Latin.
Pig Latin.
Yep.
The Chrissie Swan Show. What's my name? Who is it? Chrissie Swans. Who am I?
Kelly. Come in.
How
Hi.
are you?
How are ya?
Good, thank you.
What are you wearing, Kelly?
Black pants, 3/4 pants, and like a rusty sort of coloured top with buttons at the front.
This isn't a 1-800 number.
It's the colour of the season, Kelly, that rusty colour.
Is it?
Yeah, you're totally fashion forward.
That's a first.
I've got $500 here for you, Kel. I really want to give it to you. Jack doesn't. That's the way this works. I've got 5 clues. You lose $100 for every one you get wrong. Are you ready, Kelly?
Yes, I'm ready.
Clue number 1 for $500. I am not one person. I am an Aussie duo. Just think of some. It's not Air Supply.
Savage Garden?
No.
That's $100 off.
Oh, no.
He's too quick to remind you of that, Kel. Clue number 2. Our band name was inspired by a Winona Ryder character.
Oh, Veronica.
Yes, Kelly!
Yes! $400.
Yes!
That's really good.
$400. Jack did not see this coming.
I
and
didn't.
he's throwing furniture around.
Thank you.
How did you know that, Kelly? I only found that out today.
I just remember hearing something maybe on your radio station.
How good.
You've only got yourself to blame, Jack. That's $400 to you, Kel. You can go and get yourself another button-down rusty blouse and some pedal pushers on us.
Thank you. I love your show. I love hearing you on here. It's great.
I love you, and you're on the show now, so I love hearing you on this show as well, Kelly.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Jack, people are strange.
People are strange.
Oh, yes. This has been doing the rounds all day. And I was nervous to give my opinion.
Right.
It's about coffee.
Which I'm currently off.
I know.
Still haven't returned to the dark side.
Well, you know that I've always said I don't trust anybody that doesn't drink coffee.
Well, mate, I'm pressing the buttons here, so if you're not trusting me, you're in trouble.
Now, I've had to change my tune because one of my favourite people in the whole universe doesn't drink coffee.
Me.
And apart from you, this person was first.
Yeah.
And so I've had to renegotiate, with myself. So that opinion's off the table. You're in. I still love you if you don't have
Fantastic.
coffee. But I don't think I can love you if you're going to pay $200 for it.
Oh, no, I saw this.
Have you seen it?
I'm glad you're bringing this up.
So there is a $200 cup of coffee from Melbourne, of course. Where else? So you're going to pay an exorbitant amount for an up-yourself cup of coffee. It's the highest scoring coffee. Apparently coffees have scores now.
Okay.
I mean... what's going on here?
What happened to a good old 7-Eleven coffee? You know what I mean?
Exactly. I think we've lost our way.
Yeah.
The article starts with, how much would you pay for a good cup of coffee? And I'm going to say $6. $6 is the absolute max.
Yeah, which even to me, makes my body squirm now.
It's a lot.
$4 used to just feel right.
$4 was right.
Now
$6 I will pay and have paid. I pay $6 every Saturday morning. It's an excellent cup of coffee. But there is a huge gulf between $6 and $200. And to me, that's $194 of wank factor. That's what you're paying for. This is ridiculous.
Is there anything special about it, or do you get anything with it? What's the incentive?
Apparently, it's the highest scoring coffee in the best of Panama history.
Blah, blah.
It's, what
a con.
Oh, I reckon it is too. To be honest, and I mean, you might be upset with me.
Yeah.
I don't mind a cup of Moccona Instant.
Ugh, yuck. No. No, let's finish.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show. Chrissy's clickbait.
The first 7 words of the following headline really piqued my interest, and I wanted to ask you, Jack.
Yeah.
Remember the Wild 3 Identical Twins documentary? Do you remember it?
No, I don't.
Okay, it's on Apple TV and Amazon Prime at the moment.
Okay.
I think I watched it on Netflix, but you know how things disappear.
Yeah.
It is about a set of triplets are born, and then they are adopted into 3 different families.
Ah.
And I don't want to give away too much because it's an unbelievable story.
But do they go to track them down, or...?
Two two of them run into each other on the same university campus. They had no idea that they were one of three.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So is it a doco?
It's a doco, and it's extraordinary. Two of them run into each other on a campus, and then someone goes, hang on, I know someone else on the other side of America that looks like you. They get together, put 2 and 2 together, or 3 and 3 together, and it turns out that they were triplets and their adoptive parents didn't tell them.
Sick, I love that stuff.
Can you imagine? It's the most unbelievable documentary. So part A is, I really recommend watching that.
I'll add it to my list.
3 identical twins. And the great news is that Ben Stiller is bringing the story to life in a TV drama and playing all 3.
How good.
It's so good. And they're identical too. It's not just like 3, triplets. They're identical. They look the same, but just with a little bit of a tweak.
I wonder if that's a huge gig to play. Imagine him having to learn that whole movie in 3 different characters.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of work for him.
And they are very different. I mean, the documentary is so fabulous, and it just brings up so many questions about nature versus nurture and all that sort of stuff, which I can't get enough of. So that's 2 things to look forward to. 1, Ben Stiller's drama, but mainly find that documentary, 3 Identical Twins. It is riveting. Valentine's Day is just around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Jack.
It doesn't even pop up in my radar.
What do you mean? You know that I've got a big countdown in the office. It's my day to shine.
Oh, we're so lonely in here.
I know, but McDonald's is celebrating Valentine's Day with everyone's favourite snack, the Nug.
The Nug.
The Nug. I believe, and this is a big statement, I believe the McDonald's chicken nugget is the world's superior nugget. Trust me, I've tried them all.
I think you're spot on with that. I mean, popcorn chicken from KFC, it probably comes in as a close second for me.
It is great, but it's technically not a nugget.
Yeah, okay.
It's disqualified on that.
Why is it
not a nugget?
Because it's not the shape of a nugget?
It's not the shape of a nugget.
Gotcha.
It's not the shape.
But if it was mashed down into the shape of a nugget.
It's not the shape of a nugget.
But if it was mashed down.
It's called popcorn chicken.
But, like, essentially, if you smash it down to that shape, it's a nugget.
It's not a nugget.
We just had our first fight.
That's not a nugget. But I do want to introduce this segment within the McDonald's Nugs.
Chrissie's Massive Tips.
As we all know, children love nuggets, and there is something about them that maybe you go, oh, I wish that they were a bit healthier, but I still want to satisfy my kids' desire for nuggets and also for my...
I love your impersonation of another mum.
Oh my God. My desire to... Yeah.
Cool, Jenny.
So here's the thing. If you get a chicken breast and an onion and an egg and some spices, you can put it in the food processor and make your own nuggets.
Yeah.
And the good thing about that mix is that once you've cooked it, it goes very easily into the rubbish bin. And don't forget to put it on your street, in the garbage bin, on your way to the drive-thru to get an actual nugget.
The Chrissy Swan Show. Specsavers is helping Chrissy with her mystical visions. Should have gone to Specsavers.
Oh, yes.
Mystic Chrissie.
I have the gift.
Do you?
I do. I've saged the studio.
That's something you would do too.
I've strapped a rose quartz to my ovary.
Have you charged your crystals overnight in the moonlight?
You know I have, Jack. And I've also got a B name. B. I want to say bra. I did get a new bra yesterday, but it's not that. It's Bridget.
Hi, how are you?
Now, let's just be honest. That was on the screen.
Bridget, I don't even know what city you're from.
Yeah, right, will you?
I see Brisbane and Melbourne.
Yeah, it's got to be one of those.
Okay. So pick Chrissy, Mystic Chrissie.
Well,
is it Brisbane or Melbourne?
I feel like she lives in Melbourne, but there's connections to Brisbane.
Oh, well done. Well, I'm originally from Rockhampton in Queensland, so kind of, used to go to Brisbane, but yeah.
Okay, well, that's a win, by the way.
That's a massive win.
It is, yeah, yep.
I'm just going to do like a stream of consciousness type vibe, Bridget.
Yep.
Jack Russell Terriers.
No, not. Sorry, can't help you there.
How's your stream going?
Soy milk, Bridget.
Oh, not that one, but another alternative.
Like oat or like
Almond milk.
Almond.
Yeah.
Yep.
As we speak, chai latte, almond milk right now. I'll take that as a win. Yep.
Bridget, I don't know why. I want to say Samsung Galaxy. Samsung.
Yeah, that's my phone, yes.
Oh, you're one of those, Bridget.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'm sorry, but this is 4
That's
for
good.
4. Oh, no, the Jack Russell fell down a bit.
No, the Samsung's good because, yeah.
They're rare.
They're rare, I'll pay that.
And you've got a Samsung, Bridget.
Yeah, very sad indeed, but yes.
I mean, look, condolences.
Even Bridget knows it's sad, but she commits.
That's unusual for a Samsung user because normally they're really vehemently for them. They're
So
like, they're so much
true.
better. All right, okay.
No.
Bridget, let me get back in the zone. There's foot problems. Like a flat foot or a...
Well, interesting you should say that I'm training for the Oxfam Trail Walker, so my feet are a bit sore and a bit tender at times from doing a long walk. So,
Foot problems.
Yeah.
This is really out there. I see a collection of magnets.
No, sorry. No. There's some on the fridge, but not a collection.
No,
really.
but everyone's got magnets on their fridge.
I don't.
I know you and I don't, but most people do.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's not. I'm not paying that. Go again.
No.
Try again.
Did your mother have a collection of magnets? Or maybe a collection of like spoons or there's a collection?
Yeah, she used to collect spoons, yeah, and had a little thing, the wooden thing on the wall that you can hang all your teaspoons, so yes, you're right there.
See, the message was so strong, I had to come back to
gosh.
it.
You got confused.
No, I didn't
That's
get
what it is.
confused.
Yeah, you got confused.
You use a roll-on deodorant, not a spray deodorant?
At the moment, that is correct. I am using a roll-on and not a spray. Yes.
I mean, it's a 50-50 chance.
No,
like, are we
God.
really going to pay
No,
that?
it is
Yeah,
not.
okay.
Well, it's aerosol. No, it's not. Bridget, you don't have to apologise. It's not aerosol. It's an aerosol spray or it's roll-on. Like, there's two options. Or there's a really awful option where you just don't wear deodorant.
I see in my immediate future doing this show with someone else. Hey, Bridget, you've
Well
won
done,
two.
you.
You've won that. That was actually pretty good. I'm sorry.
I think it was pretty good too. I'm
Thanks,
pretty
mate.
impressed.
Average.
Yeah.
I'll give it an
No.
average.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.